It's time for another army review from the Armies of the Lord of the Rings. Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel STF Wargaming Studio. My name is Andreas Norwegian Viking and this from the Armies of the Lord of the Rings for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. It is the Variags of Canned Army review. So this army is one of my absolute favourites aesthetically in the whole Middle-earth franchise. It is a shame that they weren't featured in the movies, but I know that the GW aesthetic is taken from somewhere, and that is Weta Workshop. Not only the concept art, but also physical representations of chariots were made, which I find awesome. And this army is now, at least in my opinion, all about the chariots, which means that Marius will be so happy because he has about 18 of these beasts. I have a bunch, but not 18 chariots, but I might get more now. So the army composition is not long. It has 5 profiles, which is the Khandish King, Khandish Chieftains, Khandish Warriors, Khandish Horsemen and Khandish Charioteers. It has historical allies with Easterlings, and it is conveniently allied with Umbar, Farharad, Isengard, Moria, Mordor and the Serpent Horde. Their armor bonus is the Khandish Hosts. Khandish Horsemen and Khandish Charioteers do not count towards the force's bow limit, which means that since the heroes doesn't count, you can have, in all effects, if you do an all-mounted army, 100% bows, which is pretty decent. And we'll get more onto the chariot because it has more special rules, which gives the bows a bit of a better boost. First among the heroes is the Khandish King. It has gone up by a goblin worth of points. It's man, Khandish, infantry hero and hero of valor. It has move 6, fight 5, so it's gone down by a fight point. 4 plus shoot, strength 4, defense 6, 3 attacks, so it's gained an attack, 2 wounds, 5 courage, 2 might, 2 will, 1 fate. It has heavy armor, hand and half axe and bow, so the bow is now included in the points as well. It has heroic resolve, heroic march and heroic strike. Can take Khandish Chariots, which you really have to, and a horse. It has the commanding presence special rule, which is friendly Khandish models within 6 inches of a Khandish King counts as being in range of a banner, which was 3 inches I believe in the previous edition. So since the chariot will be so important in this army, I believe, I will read up the chariot special rule. Khandish Chariot is a mount that has the following profile and special rule. So it's move 10, 0 fight, strength 3, defense 7, 3 wounds and 3 courage and 0 attacks. It has the defensive bulwark active ability. When an enemy model makes an in the way roll to see if they hit either rider or mount, they will hit the chariot on a 1-4 and the rider on a 5+. Additionally, when in combat, any model that wishes to strike at the rider may roll a d6 on a 1-4, the model must strike the chariot on a 5+, they struck the rider. So extra defense, because at most they are defense 6. The chariots and magic. Models with magical powers can use them on the chariot, selecting either the chariot itself or one of the crew members as the target. Magical powers that affect multiple targets would automatically affect both the chariot and its crew in range of the model. Only by affecting the driver will a magical power such as transfix or compel impede the chariot's movement, thereby causing it to remain stationary or take a move as described by the magical power. Finally, magical powers such as Sorcerer's Blast, Nature's Wrath and Cold Winds will not move the chariot or knock it prone. although they will still inflict any damage as detailed in the magical powers description. Pretty good so far, but it gets better. Stable platform. A model riding a chariot can still fire a bow after moving its full distance. And chariot charge, and here's where the magic happens. A Khandish chariot has the Monstrous charge special rule. Additionally, a Khandish chariot is an unusual model and moves in the following way. At the start of the move phase, the controlling player may pivot the chariot up to 45 degrees. When pivoting, the chariot may touch models or terrain. In the case of models, move them out of the way by the shortest route as possible. In the case of terrain, move the chariot away just enough to complete its pivot. The chariot may then move up to 10 inches in a straight line. After each full 3 inches the chariot has moved, it may pivot a further 45 degrees. So it can do a 130 during turn. No, it can do a not 130. It can do 180 during a turn. So pivot, move 3, pivot, move 3, pivot, move 3, pivot, move 3, pivot, move 1. Yeah. Once the chariot has pivoted to face its desired direction, move it forward the desired amount in a straight line, ignoring enemy models, control zones. Any model the chariot comes into contact with whilst moving, not pivoting, will suffer 2 strength 4 hits. If the model is slain, the chariot may continue with its movement. Cavalry model suffer 2 hits on both the rider and its mount. If the rider survives when mount slain, the rider is thrown, and after testing on the thrown rider chart is placed in base contact with the chariot. Might may not be used to affect the result of these hits. A chariot that is affected by a heroic march may still inflict these hits as normal. So 15 inches of pivotty and slaughtery goodness. I'm gagging to plow through a hobbit army with this thing just 15 inches of hobbits. Oh, that would be so good. Furthermore, if the chariot charges survives, the chariot will still gain the benefit of its Monstrous charge special rule. The chariot may instead forego its movement in order to pivot to face any direction. If a chariot is moved by an enemy model, it cannot pivot in this way. A Khandish chariot cannot jump obstacles that form a physical barrier, such as hedges, walls, fences and rocks. They may attempt to cross obstacles such as streams or gullies if they wish, but if a 1 is rolled, the rider is automatically thrown and the chariot is destroyed. So that is the massive rule for the chariot. It is awesome. I think for the amount of points you pay for the chariot, which is 5 more points than you used to, that is awesome the way it's happened. So another model that may take a chariot is the Khandish Chieftain. So it's the same amount of points. It is move 6, fight 4, 4 plus shoot, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, 4 courage, 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. It has armor, hand and a half axe, dagger and bow. So the bow is now included in its points value. Has access to heroic march, very good, and can take a chariot or a horse. It's just fantastic. I just want an army of these guys. For the warriors, Khandish warriors cost the same amount of points. They're man, Khandish, infantry and warrior. They're move 6, fight 4, 4 plus shoot, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, 3 courage. They have armor, hand and a half axes and daggers. But they may swap their hand and a half axe for a bow, which means the bow now is free. You don't pay the point for it. The Khandish horsemen, unchanged in points. They are move 6, fight 4, 4 plus shoot, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound and 3 courage. Has armor, hand and half axe, bow, dagger and horse. But if a Khandish horseman is dismounted, they immediately drop either their bow or the hand and a half axe, as chosen by the controlling player. And this might be because there are no models that carry both, and it's just simpler that way. Lastly, the Chariots here has gone up by a couple of a goblin, not a couple, but a goblin with a choice of weapon. And for the way this chariot works now, it is absolutely staggering. It can just plow through loads of stuff on its way to its final destination. The Charioteer has the same profile as a normal Khandish warrior. It has armor, hand and a half axe, dagger and Khandish chariot, and it may swap its hand and a half axe for a bow. And then follows the same rules as the Chariots. I think this army will be extremely fun to play, and I might do this as my next army project after my Eastlings. I have all the models I need for it. I might get more Chariots now, but I do have about, I think I've got like 36 horsemen and roughly 70 or 90 warriors, and a couple of kings and a couple of chariots. Kings, I have a couple of kings, and then I think I have 6 chariots. So yeah, this will be fantastic. I can't wait to see this army on the battlefield, plowing through everything. And again, I think Marius will be very pleased with how this army works. But that is my thoughts about it. Tell me yours in the comment section below. And while you're there, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share our videos. And you can also support us in a more personal way by clicking the link in the description box below to support us on Patreon. You can support us there by any amount, and it gives us the monetary means to expand, improve and give you more cool videos each and every week. And if that's at all interesting, you can click the box there and you'll be taken to our Patreon page. But more importantly, support your hobby.